All right, y'all. So let's react to this joint.
Cardi B's new boyfriend broke up with her and claims that her BBL stinks. Oh my god!
When Cardi B finally broke up with Offset, many of Cardi B's fans were so excited.
Shout out O'Shea, Duke, Jackson. When I seen this news this morning of Stefon Diggs, let me show y'all exactly what I seen. Hold on. I seen these articles this morning. He got tired of that BBL smell. That's crazy. Where's the clip? Cardi B has deleted all Stefon Diggs photos from her Instagram as far as speculate that they've broken up. Hopefully, Stefon Diggs is okay. But fast forward to this past weekend, and things have been taking a dramatic turn. At all of those dreamy snapshots and sweet moments have vanished from Cardi B's feed. No more yacht pictures, no castle clips, no digs at all. Adding fuel to the breakup buzz, the rapper posted a cryptic story from Paris that simply read, "So tired." No mention of the NFL star, no explanation. Fans on social media have been quick to pick sides, with some surprisingly blaming Cardi for the alleged fallout, while others speculate that Diggs may have crossed the line. One video that resurfaced from their Miami trip showed the wide receiver chatting with several women on the same boat, sparking early whispers of potential drama. One fan, Diggs hit it and quit it, while another name, blah, 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 went further and said he got tired of that BBL smell. Bro didn't renew the 30-day trial. That's crazy. Yo, I need to find the clip. Hold on, y'all. Before we get into it, matter of fact, let's watch this video. I might be in here.
It was a sad story, and Cardi B was being abused, she was being cheated on, and she was being manipulated by the big bad wolf named Offset. Like a Tyler Perry movie, she found a person that was going to change her life. No longer will she be dealing with dusty ass Offset who had bad gambling problems. She was going into the arms of an NFL athlete who was rich, successful, and according to many Cardi B's fans, good looking. And he was going to be the guy to change everything for her.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all can hate on Cardi and Stefon Diggs all y'all want, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, baby. And that goes for many things. The difference between a boy and a man, the difference between the way a woman acts when she's with a boy and a man, the difference between a man loving the woman for her and a man loving the woman for the idea of her. Like, I feel like Cardi B with Offset was Cardi B. Cardi B with Stefon Diggs is Belcalis, like two different versions of her. And it's crazy because everybody keeps trying to say that Stefon Diggs love bombing Cardi B, and to be honest, if he is, she ain't dumb. One thing about Cardi, she's not dumb. I feel like she only put up with as much as she did from Offset because of the kids and the marriage. Without that, I think she would have been gone. But y'all know Cardi is real big on loyalty. You can literally look at Cardi between the two and tell the difference. Like with Offset, the way she dressed, the way she talked, the way she acted, and I think that it was honestly genuinely a reflection of her and her relationship, the way she was being treated by him. But with Stefon, it's totally different. And like I said, not only in the way of how he's treating her, how she dresses, how she's been carrying herself, how she's been talking, like it's two different forms of her, like same person but different people.
Her fans were even saying, listen, you see how she's changing, she's glowing, and you know how women would be like, oh my god, I'm so happy for her, we love to see it.
Boy, y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the f you think you is?
Let's even get into some of the comments. Look at this. Andrea Babb says, you are so right. Christine was like, literally, she's so soft and feminine with Stefon. When she was with Offset, she was always in fight or flight mode. All
Dang, why did he making it so dramatic? Yo, I feel like all the dramatic instrumentals and stuff like that.
gangster, always on edge. But now it's like she can finally breathe. If Stefon really turns out to be her Prince Charming, they could last a long time. And honestly, she might be the one to finally tame him. I love that for her. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, her fans were just like so happy for her. But not everybody was sold on Offset.
Nothing about that is a win. Nothing about that is like a dig to Offset the way you think it is. It is, but it ain't. Like, could he be somewhere in his feelings? Possibly. But at the end of the day, she has not upgraded. Because Stefon Diggs, as far as his character goes, is not a better man.
Uh-oh. Some folks didn't think that Stefon Diggs was an upgrade. He just really wasn't a better man. Then DJ Academics caught a lot of slack for predicting this.
Like, I hate to even say it, bro. Yo, let's see from a year from now, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B. Cardi B got 3 children, bro. When niggas get with single moms, bro, niggas be in there like Six Flags, man.
Oh, I never seen this clip. Yo, he said we'd be in there like Six Flags. Woo. Nah, that's crazy. She's here for a good time, not a long time. It's crazy. It's wild.
And as soon as like they've been on the ride too much times, yo, go back to your baby dads, man. Yo, listen, I got a new ride, man. Like, this is a new amusement park over there. I be telling y'all, I be like, this is why when chicks be like, I'm outside, I'm like, you got kids, you shouldn't be outside. You should be inside looking, but whatever. You see, I love it. You know, we got new age mentality from women. They think they could be. Go ahead. Let me tell you this. Every chick think there's more Russell Wilsons. There's one Russell Wilson. Ain't no other trying to come do that. Every other they get up in there, they start beating it up, but it always get old after a year. And then they realize, oh, shit, I need to take it to the next level. I got to be taking pictures with you and this little, ain't even my little, I'm good.
Got him! And I mean, that's kind of harsh for Academics to put it like that, but knowing the kind of guy that Stefon Diggs and the opportunities that he has, and knowing the kind of woman that Cardi B has, I mean, listen, nobody was surprised to hear and to find out what we heard today. And we saw a few hours ago that Cardi B deleted all of Stefon Diggs' photos from Instagram, and now fans are speculating they've broken up. And it's all over social media. And if you're on X, they have something called Grok, which is like an AI. And people wanted to
Need to debloat fast? Here's 6 reasons why you need Seed. Seed is the best probiotic on the market, period. It's made with 24 strains of probiotics and prebiotics to reduce bloat.
know if this was actually the truth. This person goes, Grok, is this actually real? And Grok responds,
yes. Reports from sources like Hindustan Times America confirm Cardi B deleted all Stefon Diggs photos from her Instagram today, fueling breakup rumors. Diggs has removed hers, adding uncertainty.
Damn.
Then comments still kept coming in. Suarez says, bro didn't renew the 30-day trial. Another person went and asked Grok again, Grok, are they going to get back together? What happened? Grok answers again later.
Based on latest reports, Cardi B has deleted all Stefon Diggs photos from her Instagram, fueling breakup rumors. No confirmed details on what happened. Reconciliation is uncertain. Their relationship was brief and public time will tell.
Another person goes, why?
Yeah, that's mad crazy. Like, what if AI's voice really sounded like that, like a robot? That'd be really crazy. What if Grok uses his voice from now on for talk to text? What if they actually steal his voice? That'd be crazy.
Buy the cow, you can get the milk for free. So guys, this speculation of Stefon Diggs and Cardi B breaking up, it's tied to a rumor that happened not so long ago with a young lady on TikTok by the name of Trapper75. Now, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B recently went up to Europe, but you know what happened is that recently one of these ladies that was on the boat cruise with him is named Trapper 75, and so Trapper 75 released some photos and videos from inside of Stefon Diggs' mansion. Now, if you can look at this screen grab, the Stefon Diggs side chick Trapper posting a video on TikTok at his Maryland mansion. All right, and then there's another screen grab of him at the Maryland mansion. And if you can also look at this photo, I believe she is the lady that's in the black right in front of him. So she was actually on the boat with Stefon Diggs, and she has some video footage of inside his house, and she posted this up to Instagram. Now, once this information came out, Tasha K went and did a really good job of comparing the photos and putting the information.
Pause. How do y'all know what the inside of his house look like? How y'all be so good at this investigation work? How y'all know that all y'all can see is like a little bit of backyard and a couch? Anybody got that couch? How y'all just put two and two together like that? That's really crazy. That's crazy. But okay, so maybe they just got petty during the argument, so he just saying her BBL stink because he got caught up. Fellas, guys be doing that mess too, so let's see what they gotta say.
Information out there, and then we found out that Stefon Diggs was following her from the burner account. And so once the news started spreading rapidly, Trapper 75 came out and publicly said this.
Really quick, I just want to apologize for a video that was posted because I don't want it to continue to insinuate a story that is untrue. I don't really use TikTok like that. I'm not really used to the app for real, but nonetheless, I'm not connected to anybody in a relationship, nor do I have any prior history with anybody in a relationship, nor was I there at the house for somebody in a relationship. So any stories based on these allegations are absolutely false. And I hope nobody has to be tied to these false pretenses.
Now, a few days after that, Cardi B's deleting the photos from Stefon Diggs from her social media. And now the fans are trying to give Cardi B advice.
So Cardi B going through another breakup. Say she done took Stefon or whatever his name, pictures down off of her Instagram. Ladies, y'all got to know how to just date and be quiet. Date and just be private with your relationship until you really see that it's really locked in and it's solid. You know what I'm saying? If not, you're going to be looking like a fool out here. I felt that she needed to let herself air out. You know what I'm saying? As women, we grow. We are not the same people. I told y'all, she is not the same person she was on Love and Hip Hop. She's been married. She have children. You know what I'm saying? We got to find out who we are.
Now, again, I'm not a Cardi B hater. I'm not the biggest fan of Cardi B and what she represents. But the reality is out there. Number one, Cardi B presents herself in a certain kind of way, and I understand, hey, this is how she's made her money and built her fan base. But if you're a person that has like a BBL, you're a woman that is very sexual and you have the attitude that Cardi B has, well, the only kind of man that you're gonna get is a guy like Stefon Diggs, who, hey, he's there for a little time but not a long time. And you got to also understand that, hey, she does have 3 children by Offset. She's technically still married. And a lot of women want somebody to be Russell Wilson for Cardi B or even for themselves. But a Russell Wilson kind of guy doesn't want a woman like Cardi B. A Russell Wilson kind of guy wants somebody like Sierra, who is, very beautiful. And Cardi B is good looking too. But also she fits into a particular narrative of what a wife could be, which is, very feminine to a certain degree, somebody you can show off, somebody who takes care of business, and somebody who doesn't want to be outside. Cardi B wants to be outside. Like, literally, don't she got a song called Outside or something like that? And so Cardi B wants to do whatever she wants to do. And a man who wants a wife is not probably going to pick out a lady like Cardi B. Furthermore, look at what Cardi B was doing on social media towards Offset. Now, again, I understand that Offset was not a perfect person, But to blast him and call him the B word and out of his name, that's going to turn off a lot of successful men. And that's exactly what Cardi B has done. She is attracted to men like Offset and Stefon Diggs for a certain reason, because that's the best she can get. No man who's like really, really decent and really respectable will deal with a lady of mine's opinion like Cardi B. And it's not to say that she's a bad person. She just has the look that attracts the kind of guys like Stefon Diggs. I mean, hey, when you get BBLs and, you know, different color wigs and stuff like that, I mean, you're going to pretty much put yourself out there to a certain kind of man. And it's usually the kind of man that's not faithful. It's the kind of man that's, you know, not solid. It's the kind of man that's, you know, everything that women complain about, the F-boy energy and all of that. And unfortunately, you're advertising to the kind of man that you're attracted to, but is no good for you. And most ladies don't care that that's their level of attraction they're putting out there to the world. They complain about it all the time, but what you're telling people is this is what you want. And again, that's something that women got to work on. Reminds me of one of my best friends. You know, like I said, he'll do anything to get one of these girls with a big old juicy booty, but you know, when it comes to the fact that they don't care about him, or, you know, they're not necessarily respectful, he always got something to say. But he still can't stop going over here trying to clap these cheeks. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell, bro.
Never sue the other driver after.
Shout out to O'Shea. That was a good video. That was very funny, very cinematic. But we gotta find this before we get off of here. We gotta find this video of him saying her BBL stink. BBL stink. Is that a normal thing, y'all? Do girls' BBLs usually stink?
After I gave birth.
Offset clowns when I have to see dumps. Stefon Diggs was the real reason he left Cardi B. Why is this a month ago? Can't get rid of me.
In this video, guys, we're gonna talk about Stefon Diggs and Cardi B because there's a rumor now going around about these two. And while I'm gonna talk about it, do I believe it? Absolutely not. But let's talk about it, shall we? Now, in case you guys have missed it, Cardi B has deleted all of Stefon Diggs' photographs from her Instagram page. Now, this could be a PR stunt, as well as it could mean that they're actually over and done. But I know that Cardi B has an album launch coming up in September. So if it's not a PR stunt, it means that they're actually over and done. But there's another rumor that I came across on Facebook that I want to share with you guys, because there's this rumor going around all of a sudden that everyone BBL stinks. And what critics of the internet, you know, saying that he said her BBL stinks. And I think that, in all honesty, I'm going to be very, very honest. Cardi B is a millionaire. She has really, really good money. And do BBL stinks? Well, honey, I'm learning that they actually do whenever your body is rejecting the fat. Allegedly. I don't know anything about it. I know that it was a trending topic on TikTok, and I know that a few doctors have addressed this concern. You know, I
need to know. Is that a real thing? BBL are a story. The smell that ended our
Just because I wasn't afraid to get on here and say my BBL smelled like dumpster juice and y'all or don't make me the villain.
Her BBL smelled like dumpster juice? Does the BBL really stink? I have made 2 videos about the BBL smell, and in these videos, people hypothesize about why a BBL might smell afterwards. BBL stands for Brazilian butt lift, and this is an operation where you liposuction fat from one part of the body and inject it into the butt. And there is a belief that a lot of people are spreading on social media that if you get this operation, your bottom will smell really bad afterwards. Well, this is the story of one influencer where that actually happened to her.
I was telling y'all how my sit down air was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume, because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger.
So she underwent a BBL surgery and noticed afterwards that her sit-down air smelled really bad. There are a lot of reasons why this could happen, and so let's get a little more into her story and figure out why it happened to her.
Suit up, pilot. Mecha Break is live, now on PC with Google Play Games.
When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry. It would still smell like that raw-eaten flesh.
Well, there's definitely something wrong if you do your laundry and afterwards it smells like rotten flesh. Now, I'm a plastic surgeon. I've been in the medical field for over 25 years, and I'll tell you the thing that smells the absolute worst in the entire world is rotting, infected flesh. Infected/rotting. That is the worst smell of all. That smells worse than somebody's behind who hasn't been wiping. It smells worse than the worst kind of pungent odors from food, or maybe somebody's stinky feet. The worst thing is rotten flesh. So there's something gone really wrong here if her laundry smells like that after it's cleaned.
I wasn't expecting my video to blow up like it did, but I have a lot of women angry with me. They are reporting me. They're commenting nasty things. I didn't know people was going to get mad like this. I just thought I was sharing experience, but I'm done. This BBL tribe don't play.
So she posted her story about her BBL smell on social media, and in the comments, she just got absolutely skewered. People reported her video as misinformation. They tried to get it taken down. They had the sound taken down, and a lot of people were getting upset because they were blaming her BBL smell on her. Now, I'm not sure if this is because people with BBLs were feeling like they were being threatened by her story, but it really did come around and really hit her very hard.
So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, mine's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine's would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore, and he broke up with me and he left.
Well, that's really sad because she obviously had a medical condition going on, and he dumped her for it. So what happens after you do a fat transfer or BBL? Well, essentially you're taking fat, putting it into the buttocks, and this is done through very small incisions. Now it's very common to get some drainage from those incisions, maybe for a couple of days, but then usually after that those incisions will heal up and that drainage will stop. The fact that she had drainage going on for months afterwards, and it would stop draining for a while, then restart draining, tells me that most likely she had a medical complication from that operation. Now, when we do this operation, we rely on new blood supply to actually get to the fat that is injected, and if it develops that blood supply, that fat will stay, sometimes for 10 years or longer. But there's a percentage of that fat, at least 50% usually, where that fat will liquefy and it will basically get reabsorbed by the body. And in some cases, it can even necrose, or basically those fat cells can die. If that happens, they can liquefy, or they can actually get hard and calcified into a lump. So it sounds like to me she was having a complication causing this drainage where some of that fat is liquefying, it's draining, and it may even be associated with a chronic infection.
When you go through it, get through it, and heal through it, you are able to talk about it. And those that got the skeletons trapped in their closet will envy you. Y'all made up every excuse to why my BBL was stinking. I wasn't washing up. I didn't have money to pay for massages. Instead of just saying, oh, her body rejected it like I told y'all in the first fucking place. And to that little weak ass surgeon from Miami that was talking shit, boy, please, Google is free. It ain't no one person. Or you fucking crazy?
So I was curious who this Miami surgeon was, and I thought, is it Dr. Miami? I'm friends with Dr. Miami. So I went on his profile and I saw nothing about this woman's story. But what she did share fairly soon afterwards, that it looks like it was this doctor.
No, a BBL does not cause odors. Okay, I've done maybe definitely thousands and thousands and thousands of BBLs, and no one's ever in my career complained about this. So if this one person had a BBL and she's having these, mysterious odors, it's likely due to hygiene or something related to her body, not related to a fat transfer. Fat transfer is just taking fat from one area of the body, putting it into the fatty area of your buttocks in a closed space. So if you're having, odors years later, check your hygiene. That's likely the problem.
Ooh, them's fighting words. It looks like Dr. Jung Money's video pissed her off. And I think in some ways with good reason, because she apparently really had a complication from her BBL. Now, I think it's also important to realize that BBL surgery is very serious surgery. Not that long ago, there was a study that found that the death rate from this operation was greater than 1 in 4,000, meaning more than 1 in every 4,000 people having this operation was actually dying from it. Now, I do believe those statistics have gotten better as there has been a lot better education about how to do this operation safely, but if you undergo a BBL by a surgeon who's not a true expert at that operation, your risk of dying is much higher than if that doctor truly uses the absolute right technique to perform this operation. So I wouldn't take Dr. Jung Money's video as proof that it's safe for everybody just because he's done several thousands of them. It's obviously true that if you have bad hygiene, that your butt can smell no matter if you've got a BBL or not, but I don't think it's necessarily fair to say that in her situation, that's the only reason why this may have happened.
BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt, okay? There's people in the comments saying, oh, you wasn't washing up right. Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision. It fucking stink. I don't care what y'all say. It stink. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay? Now, my BBL been removed for the past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smell good, but they fucking stink. Stay away from them.
So I think there are a lot of reasons why a BBL could smell. Yes, if you have bad hygiene. Yes, if you are wearing a dirty faja. But also, yes, if you develop an infection and or fat necrosis.
I know what that is. Oh, faja, Cardi B. What does that mean? Let's talk about wearing fajas. This can't. Oh, they're compression garments. Okay, okay. Got it. Got it. Copy.
That starts draining through your incisions, that yes could potentially create a smell that is very foul because it's rotten tissue. Well, there is a whole lot more to the BBL smell debate that you have to learn about, and I cover them in these two videos right up here. You got to take
All right, so Cardi, so it seems like these are real things.
BBL stink, do you hear me?
Do BBLs smell? I'm Dr. Frida, and here are 5 things to know. Number 1, BBLs can smell if you develop fat necrosis, which is when the fat tissue that's injected into your buttocks literally dies. So when you get a BBL, fat tissue is injected into your buttocks below the skin and above the muscle. Well, sometimes some of these fat cells die, and when they do, they can release cellular debris and toxins which can produce a foul odor. So if you develop fat necrosis, your BBL can smell. Number 2, if you develop a bacterial infection, your BBL can smell. The BBL procedure takes place right near the area where you make your bowel movements. And so it is very possible for fecal matter to come in contact with the surgical wounds. If this happens, then you can develop a bacterial infection, which can produce a foul odor. Also, if the person performing your BBL is not using proper sterile technique, your BBL can smell. In other words, if the person performing the procedure is not using properly cleaned or sterilized materials, if they're not using sterilized instruments, if they're not using proper gloves, proper masks, then that person can actually introduce bacteria into your body. And if so, you can develop sepsis or an overwhelming bacterial infection. And yes, this can produce a foul odor, which makes your BBL smell. 3, if you have poor hygiene, your BBL can smell. After you get the BBL, then your buttock region will be larger than it was before. That's your point, right? That's the desired effect. Well, when this happens, you might sweat more than you used to in between your butt and underneath your buttocks. And if you're not using proper hygiene for this increased amount of sweating, yes, your BBL can smell. Number 4, no, most BBLs do not smell, and your BBL should not smell. If it does, you need to contact your physician immediately to make sure you don't have some type of a bacterial infection or sepsis or some other complication. You should also contact your physician if you have a high fever after your BBL. Also, if you have a chronic or persistent drainage, if you have leaking from your BBL for a long period of time, or if you have severe chronic pain. Number 5, bottom line, if you do choose to get a BBL, make sure that it is done by a board-certified plastic surgeon in an accredited facility. Yeah, you might save money if you go to an inexpensive place that cuts corners, but barato es caro. Cheap is expensive.
Facts. Preach. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Cardi B, didn't Cardi B get her original like BBL and like, and it's like some crazy spot like this is just like a bots, like it was like a bots BBL or something. So maybe that's the issue with her. But apparently, if allegedly Cardi B's BBL stinks, if that's true, hopefully she works on that. She figures that out, gets better, takes some time to herself, vibe out with the kids, with the family in New York and stuff, and just vibe out, You know, it's all love over here. I've best with Cardi. Cardi got the album coming out in September, so we dig it, and we look forward to hearing that. You heard, and yeah, man, it's crazy. Stefon Diggs a demon, y'all. But anyway, it's your boy Loso. In case you ain't know so, I'm out, y'all. Peace.